Hi, everyone. My name is Chris Kundle, and I'm here with you today from Quattroki Quok Architects, QK for short. I'm pretty excited to go over the current design for the new multi-purpose room building at Davidson Middle School. Go Cougars. I'm going to walk you through today where we stand in terms of the current design, where it's going to be located on campus, some of the design ideas that we've had to date, and how the process has gone working with the teachers and staff and other volunteers who have sat in on meetings to get us to this point. At the end of the session today, we're going to have an open Q&A, question and answer session for you guys. I'm sure you're going to have questions after looking at the brief slides here, and we're going to be here to help answer any of those questions that you guys might have. So without further ado, I figured we could go through the slides. So here's an image of your current campus layout. It shows the existing buildings in the dark gray and the proposed site with a giant A on it in orange for the new multi-purpose room building at Davidson. There are some other future projects planned, including potentially a field, solar arrays, but today we're really going to focus on the new MPR building and how that fits into your current campus. The new MPR building is planned to be located right at the edge of the existing basketball court and as an extension of the current quad where you have covered shade structure areas currently used for outdoor eating. In the white, you can see the existing music building, art, and lecture spaces. And to the right of that is the new MPR building outlined in orange. The MPR building is intended to serve not only as a space where students can gather for performances, whether it's Mr. Trillo's class band performance, Calderon for orchestra, but also used for a cafeteria space, an open area where students can sit, gather, eat after they get their lunch, breakfast, etc. Part of the space, part of the multi-purpose building is that of a servery. Students can go here, get those meals, and then cycle through into the open MPR space to enjoy those or outside. And we've started to look at ways that we can integrate the landscape design so that there's a space for students to sit outside and act as an extension of the existing outdoor eating area. As shown in this graphic here, we're looking at ideas, ways to shade the area when it's sunny, when it's hot out, provide a more human scale with some picnic benches, seats, some sort of stairs configuration with a ramp to get down to the lower level adjacent to the existing basketball courts. Here's a view looking at the existing program, or proposed program, I should say, for inside of the multi-room space. So not only do we have a cafeteria for open eating, which is shown in the purple color, the stage that I had mentioned previously for band, orchestra, potentially theater performances in the future. But we also have the blue area, which represents the servery where students can cycle through the space. We intend for there to be 4 different lines, move through the space to gather their hot items warmed up in the kitchen, which is to the right-hand side, as shown on the screen here in the green. In this project, there's also going to be an all-access restroom, or gender-neutral restroom, as others call it, located at the north end of the building, which would not only serve students at lunch, at recess, but throughout the remainder of the day. This current project proposes to demolish an existing and old dilapidated temporary restroom building and replace it within the building confines. There are some other ancillary and supporting spaces shown in the blue, which is a janitor's closet, the kind of yellow at the top right, which is an electrical and IDF space. And then we have our table storage just south of the green in the brown, adjacent to the purple space shown here. The overall building is designed to sit approximately a third of the student body, which is 1,100 students, So roughly 370 students can sit in the performance space at one time. We thought this would match the budget, but also be an acceptable means for performances, as it allows for essentially one full grade to sit together for some sort of performance. The proximity of the building as it relates to the current field and potentially future modernization of the field allows for an outdoor area, which could be used for performances, a graduation, an area to celebrate and recognize the community, as this is a location that serves not only the school, but could be a beacon from outsiders looking in on the weekends. On the right-hand side, you can see the space allocation and the breakdown. Roughly, the size of the building is around 9,000 square feet. And you can see the program legend below that, which is what I just went through in a quick explanation. Zooming into the servery and kitchen area, the blue and green boxes shown on the previous image, you can see how there are going to be two lines for hot food, cold food, condiments, salad bar, milk, etc., which will serve two personnel lines on each side. The kitchen space, which is adjacent to that, has direct access into the servery for meal prep between serving times. The kitchen also has access via ramp when drop-off pickup happen into the kitchen during prep. The table storage is shown here enlarged, as well as a restroom that could be used not only for the kitchen staff during serving time, but also could be used at any time in performances for parents or others who may need to use it. There's drinking fountains located at the top right, as shown on this plan, and with their proximity to the field, we assume that they could be used on the weekends when there are soccer matches going on, just to the right of this image. Now I'll go through a couple views. These are conceptual renderings of what the space may look like. Starting to think about materiality and how we let light in, as well as create a presence, a front door, where you can see the letters spell out Davidson above the main entry. As shown in the previous landscape drawings, you can see that we're starting to think about a way that we can create a fishbowl or gathering place for students whilst keeping it connected to the rest of the campus. The next image is looking from the basketball courts up at what this space may be and how the building is starting to become configured at the edge of the blacktop area. Here we have an overhead view looking down on the space as if the roof wasn't there. This starts to show the stage, its relationship with the open NPR space, which could have in this image showing tables, long cafeteria style tables, but could also be programmed with flexible folding chairs to maximize occupants during a performance. To the south of that in this image is the storage, the servery, kitchen, and the all-access restroom next to the MEP, an exterior ramp where we imagine that drop-off and pickup would happen into the kitchen for the nutrition department. Just to the left of that, we have the outdoor stage area with some sort of platform conceptually used for ceremonies, say graduation, and stairs that flank either end of that. Student and staff bike parking is also shown on the top left of this image and would be accessed via the backside of the existing baseball field. There are shown 5 bike lockers, which are lockable, can each fit 2 bikes for staff, and a series of flexible bike parking for the students. Here's a view looking as if you were hovering above the athletic field, soccer field, looking back at the building. This shows the relationship that the community may experience with the building on the weekends and starts to look at ideas in which we could brand the space and be proud of the building that we're planning on constructing. And with that note, I turn it over to you guys. I think this is a great opportunity to have a building that you're proud of on campus and that I'm proud of being a previous Davidson alumni. I think that there's an opportunity here to really brand this building. What do you want to call it? So I'll turn it over from here for question and answer. Thank you so much for the time. Really looking forward to bringing this project to completion.